Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel. This video is going to show you a lot of budget-friendly options in the area of folding knives. All right, folding knives today for you. I got you covered, man. This is for if you need stocking stuffers, if you need gifts, the holidays, Christmas season, or if you want to buy yourself a gift. Hey, you earned it. Okay, so we're going to do some unboxings and then we'll go through these in detail. But now these did not all come in the same box, but just for organization I put them all in here. Hold on, I'm doing through the viewfinder. I mean, we got a Civivi, that's probably the best one in this lot. We got a CJRB, that's a well-known budget brand. A favorite of my viewers, Klein tools, known for making quality tools. Well, they have a few knives. First up, that Klein tools. So you can swing this open. It has a crossbar lock. You can swing it open like that. It is an extra wide hawkbill. Very good for breaking down boxes. And they say it's a cable skinning pocket knife. An interesting knife. This is a ring knife from very respected Civivi. It's a small knife, as you'll see. Comes in that nice case. But here you go. All right, check that out. Yeah, so a ring knife. Interesting. This was $10. All right, normal price $23, but I just happened to see it listed for $10 one time. I mean, it's just an interesting impulse buy, like a curiosity, really. But $10, I feel it's worth it. Next up, we have CJRB. All right, this is going to be the Nanner. I got this a while ago just because I like the curve of the blade. All right. Again, it has a crossbar style lock and you just swing it open. All right, so yeah, you see that. This comes in a lot of different colors. I was attracted by the reasonable price and the appearance of it. So that is the flipper, believe it or not. It does work, but you have to flick it open. If you look at the blade shape, it reminds me of an extra wide version of the Rat 1's blade. Does it not? Oh, pretty cool. Flissa, which well-known budget brand, similar to Ozark Trail, and in fact, just like Ozark Trail, who actually makes Flissa? Like as far as the manufacturing, well, it's actually made by WorkPro. All right, that's actually a good budget tool brand, but this is pretty simple. This is $10 to $12. It's got a flipper, aluminum handle scales, and you see what it is. So nice budget play there. Now I am going to show you all of these in much greater detail when we go in for the tabletop, so that's why I'm just going fast and furious so you can see them all, and then you can look up the ones you're super interested in. All right, so this knife, this is a large knife, and as you can see, kind of reminds you of the Talwar, but I believe it's based on a Russian knife, but it's got that same Talwar style. Yeah, this is a big one. This could kill some bottles, definitely. All right, this knife right here, I forgot myself what's in here. So, this one. Oh yeah, the gay knife. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know, it's festive is what I mean. So the brand is on there. That's the brand. Never heard of it. It's got a giant front flipper, and oh, there you go. Yeah, interesting. So they didn't have it available in any other colors. So if you can pull that off, blade shape is actually real nice. This knife, this was literally $10, and you'll see what it is. It's assisted opening, and so it's a $10 sticker. This knife, I forgot what's in here as well, so we'll... yeah, this knife, the FF knife. Alright, we're going to call this brand FF. Got a flipper, nice micarta. Alright, and there's the FF logo. Great blade shape. This is $15 to $20 depending on what color you get. And what is this? The brand is whatever that is. Not sure. Haven't really heard of that. But this is interesting. Interesting knife with a crossbar type lock, and it's got a blue blade. And I just liked it because it's unusual looking, and the price, I thought it might be in the good price point for people on a budget. I'm definitely removing that lanyard. Okay, well, this was quite the orgy of purchasing budget stuff. And we're going to take a closer look at these on the tabletop. See what, basically I'm worried about the background noise. You hear the birds and everything. So just in case you miss anything in these little flybys, I go inside, right, and excuse any redundancy that results, but that's a sweet knife, definitely. Liking the blade shape on this one. So here is that Klein Hawkbill. Now the steel on this is 9CR14 MOV. It has a crossbar lock. This was $20 on US Amazon. The blade length is about 3 inches. It has a safety feature, okay, because this is so freaking pointed, they do not want this coming open in your pocket, right? So you actually cannot open it with this slot here. This is just for lightness, right? If you push that, it won't open. So this is like a double lock, right? So in order to open this, you basically have to depress that. And that's just so it doesn't come loose, come open in your pocket, right? So to open it, depress that, flick it open like that. Now they're saying it's a cable knife, but a hawkbill is super useful for all kinds of things. It lends itself to drawing cuts like so, and contour cuts. It's pretty sharp. Yeah, nice. Now YouTube, before I go further, let's just talk about sharpness for all these, because I just finished testing all the edges. Basically, these two inexpensive folders, those were a little bit dull. Those will require sharpening. These other 3 up here, those will require a little bit of touch-up. And all these knives here did pass the initial sharpness test with an A or an A+. And I will include some of those, but yeah, maybe not all just for time purposes, but that's the briefing on initial sharpness for all the knives. All right, here we go with the Civivi Pyrus. This is an Ostap Hell design. This one has G10 scales, right, and 0.65 inches in blade length, right, so this is tiny, 1 ounce in weight. This particular model was $27, and the steel is 14C28N. It's got this flipper here, right, comes out decisively, snaps into place. All right, so that's that. It's very useful. It's way more useful than you would think from the small size, because basically the hooking acute tip, right? Perfect for draw cuts. It's also just like a cool fidget toy, right? And it doesn't look like a knife. That's another thing. You have this, doesn't really look like a knife, just looks like a little doodad, right? Unobtrusive. I mean, for a short blade, I would say it is scalpel-like. Very important. Good to know. So this is the Jovar Reneo knife. The blade length, 2.25 inches. This was $9. $9. The steel is 5CR13. Right? And it's basically just a fun little item at $9. I think people just buy this for shits and giggles, honestly, or just, you know, they don't want to spend too much, but they want to buy some little fidget toy. So how does this thing work? So there's basically 2 stages of opening this. Pull it open like that, and at that point, you got to give it a little push like this, and that's it. Nice stonewash on the blade. It's a little bit toothy edge, but that wasn't bad, so that was that knife. This folding knife is the CJRB Nanner folder. It is a Dustin or Dusty Rhodes design. The blade length is 3.23 inches, right? And this is well under 3 ounces. The price was $40. The steel is that AR RPM 9 steel. Here is a closer look. So nice textured G10. Nice color on that spacer. This comes in at least 3 different color options. There's a look at the pocket clip, right? And it's got a front flipper and that distinctive Persian blade. It's going to be an epic slicer. Very pointed, so some precision with that tip. And I mean, just like the curve here, something about this appealed to me, and I thought $40 was a reasonable price. So that's this knife. Nice. This one is tricky, but... Alright. So here we have a budget offering from Flissa or Flissa and Work Pro. This is a blade length of 3.5 inches, 3 ounces in weight. It has aluminum handle scales. The steel is 5CR15 stainless steel, and this was $10, right? So an inexpensive steel, but for $10, looks nice. It's a slicer, and it's a cheap slicer and a poker. And here's a look at the pocket clip. Cutouts there. I think that's attractive. Got a flipper. Comes out smoothly. Liner lock. It locks up securely. All right, so that's your budget slicer. That's what $10 will get you nowadays. Good beater knife. This knife is called the FF4 Aus 10 steel. Nice. 3.15 inches in blade length. It's got a flipper. It's got micarta handle scales. That's nice. Comes in at well under 4 ounces. And the price on this, it comes in 2 different colors, either black or green. And depending on the color, it's going to be between $15 to $20. Here's a closer look at that micarta. Right? And the pocket clip. That's how they do that. It's got a flipper. It comes out smoothly. Nice blade shape as well. And it's got a little bit of a stone wash. It checked all the boxes for, a $15 knife. I think it's worth a little bit more than that, but yeah, I do like that blade shape. All right, so that's the FF. Pretty good. This knife is the Karami knife. The blade length is 3.74 inches. This was $12. The steel is 5CR15 MOV. If you like cheap stabbers, you'll like this knife, okay? And you're probably just a horrible person. How dare you like anything that could do damage, right? One problem with this is it's so symmetrical, it's hard to figure out, which side is the edge side. But it's an assisted opening. There is a little assist in there, believe it or not. And so that's this. So this is the largest knife I'm going to show you, the XHM Awesome. That is the brand. I'm just calling it the tactical knife. 4.7 inches in blade length. Only 5.5 ounces. $27 right now. They're saying it's 440C. And definitely reminds me of a Talwar. Now the Talwar definitely makes this knife look small. It looks like this knife has a 3-inch blade. It actually doesn't. That Talwar is just huge because it is the largest one that Cold Steel sells, right? So the blade length on this, it's actually 4.7 inches, right? So we've got big and bigger here. Yeah, so I am happy with this knife for the price. Notice the pivot on these. I believe it's meant to be adjustable in the field by a coin. So I'm happy with it for the low price of $27. This knife is the Ivono folding knife. It's got a Smurf blue blade, I would say. This was $20. The steel here is 8CR13 MOV, so like the equivalent of the original Spyderco Tenacious. The blade length 3.34 inches according to them. I was surprised that this actually has a ceramic bearings on the pivot. So you can open this with a flick, like so, right? Or you can depress this and just flip it open. It's just a nice, like, mutant-like touch. I definitely removed the lanyard because I don't like lanyards on my knives usually. So that's this knife, worth the $20? I'd say so. Oh, it's surprisingly good. Now the brand on this knife is NHC Jack. They're calling it the donut knife. Okay, so the gay knife, and by gay I mean festive. Well, it is quite festive and playful. I think this was listed as women's knife. Okay, well, I guess I just had a sex change because I bought it anyway. This was $23. The blade length 3.74 inches. So here's a closer look at the G10, open pillar construction, got a pocket clip there, and it has a really prominent front flipper. Like, not only does it stick out this way, but up as well. So, this is my offhand, by the way, but no problem using that front flipper. And I just really like the blade shape. I mean, extreme slicing and piercing, I like. It's a liner lock, locks up securely. Alright, so that's this knife. Now regarding the branding on this knife, SRM, that used to stand for Sanren Mu, but now it stands for Stay Ready for More. However, that SRM brand is owned by the same company that also owns the Sanren Mu factory, and in fact this is actually made in the Sanren Mu factory. Okay, so that's the technical update on the branding there. 2.95 inches in blade length. The steel is 14C28N, which is a Swedish Sandvik stainless steel. Comes in at least 3 different colors. I think the color that I got, I think this color is already sold out, but they have it in orange, they have it in black. This is very thin and light, super easy to carry. There's the pocket clip. And the flipper, it's just a little nub, right? But it does work. You have to flick it a little bit. Excellent blade shape. And there's a little comparison with my latest Rat 1 folder, which is S35VN. I think it was about $105, right? So interesting, useful blade shapes. Useful blade shapes, super easy to carry. Oh, that was like butter. Yeah, SRM does not disappoint. Well, alright YouTube, that was fast and furious, but I just wanted to get this video out to you in case you're looking for gifts for friends, family, or yourself. Treat yourself. You deserve it. I think each of these knives, when price is considered, I think these are just fun items. They can give you a good ratio of use to price, right? That's what we're going for. Favorable ratio. I hope you're all doing well these days. Alright, if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Give me some engagement, leave some comments. It doesn't have to be about the knives, just whatever's on your mind. Right? Engagement helps us out. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.